Hello Capricorn, this is going to be your timeless love reading and I hope you get some clarity and guidance from it. So Capricorn, let's get started. Let's see what's going on between you and your person. Let's see what's on their mind. Let's see what messages Spirit have for you at this time. How are you, Capricorn? How are you doing? Hope you're good. Okay, Capricorn, first up, we have got the Tower. Ooh, okay, kind of an intense start to your spread. We've got the Tower. Aries energy, Scorpio energy, you could be dealing with one of those signs, but you don't have to be. I feel like you are dealing with a bit of a hothead, and the reason I'm saying that is because Mars, like the planet Mars, came into my head because of Aries and Scorpio. They are signs ruled by Mars. So I feel like you're dealing with somebody who has a bit of a temper. Or somebody who's impulsive, you know, might say things that they don't mean out of impulse. And then they regret it afterwards. It's like they don't really have a filter. They don't really think things through. But especially when they're angry. You know, they'll just kind of say whatever comes to mind when they are angry, even if they don't mean it. We've got the Knight of Wands, fire energy. Again, Aries energy, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, but you don't have to be. I feel like you're more so dealing with somebody with a bit of a temper. Take it as it resonates. This is a general reading for a collective, Capricorn, so be sure to take these as they resonate with you. I'm not getting like a violent energy at all, or somebody who is you should be afraid of. Like, I'm not getting fiery in that sense, or angry in that sense, in a toxic sense. But I feel like this person said something that they just did not mean. You know, and I feel like it did cause a break. It did cause a break in communication. I feel like whatever they said to you was quite hurtful. It did damage. It did damage to you. It did damage to your self-esteem. It did damage to your self-worth. Whatever they said to you. But they did not mean what they said. They said it because it was the heat of the moment. And you do say things you don't mean in the heat of the moment. A lot of people do. That's no excuse, Capricorn. I'm not excusing what they said at all. I'm just explaining why they said what they said. You know, some people do that, you know, especially if you're vulnerable to somebody. You know, if they make you upset, if they do something to anger you, not that, you know, you did anything, you know, really bad to make them angry or anything like that, but I feel like you did hurt their feelings, Capricorn. But, like, there was no malice in what you said. There was no, like, you didn't intend to hurt their feelings, is what I'm getting. You know, there could have been an argument. Like, they could have annoyed you. I feel like they did annoy you. They did something that was just really annoying to you. And I feel like you spoke up. You know, you spoke up. And whatever you said just hit them the wrong way. It cut them the wrong way. And so they lashed out. They said something to you that was even more hurtful. And that's because they are vulnerable to you. That's because you mean so much to them. You are somebody that, you know, their kind of self-esteem depends on you in a way, Capricorn. It's like, they want to be respected by you. They want you to think highly of them. And whatever you said made them think that you didn't. But it was just like, it was an argument, you know. You didn't mean for it to come out like that. You didn't mean to make them feel, you know, little at all. They just annoyed you. And, you know, I feel like you, like, Capricorns can be quite dry with what they say. They just say what they want to say. And that's a really good trait for you to have. You know, you don't sugarcoat. You just say it like it is. And I feel like that's what you did here, you know. But you didn't mean for it to hurt them. Like, you do have a lot of respect for them, or you did. Like, you did have a lot of respect for them, but, you know, you did have to call them out in a particular way here for some reason, for something that they were doing that was getting on your nerves. And, you know, like I said, it made them feel like you don't think highly of them. You do, but in the heat of the moment, that's how they felt. And so they lashed out and said something really hurtful to you, or did something really hurtful towards you, but they did not mean it. It was just to get back at you. Yes, it was childish, Knight of Wands. Yes, it was immature. And in hindsight, they know it was immature, okay? They know they made a big mistake and that it was so childish how they responded, how they retaliated. And it has caused like a big disruption, a big sort of explosion, so to speak, okay? Like, you're not speaking to them, you know, you're in a no contact situation just because there's been an argument, there's been a falling out, but they didn't mean what they said, and now they're sitting with what they did and how they might have destroyed the best thing in their life, the best thing that ever happened to them, which is you, Capricorn. They don't want to be on bad terms. They don't want to be without you, okay? They don't want this not to be a thing anymore. It's like they still very much want to be with you. They always did. They always did. And now they feel like they've ruined it and destroyed it, and they feel like they've lost you, and it's not sitting well with them whatsoever, okay? We've got the Nine of Wands, fire again. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, more fire energy. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You could be dealing with another earth sign. You don't have to be. But yeah, this Nine of Wands here is just telling me that, you know, they are looking back in hindsight. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? They didn't mean it. They didn't mean it. It was just the heat of the moment. But, like, it doesn't matter. It did damage. And now they're kind of reflecting on how they sort of have that short fuse, and how it can get them into trouble. How it can make them lose things. And they're kind of thinking, like, how can I work on that? How can I work on not, like, losing my temper and destroying things? How can I work on that? And they're in that kind of mode because they know they have to work on that within themselves. Not only to prevent them losing wonderful things, but to get you back, Capricorn, and get back in your good books. And they're kind of standing here, they're kind of like really embarrassed. They are really embarrassed about the situation. They are really embarrassed about what they said, and how, like, now they're kind of like, oh, well, Capricorn definitely has no respect for me now. Capricorn definitely looks down on me now. And they're, like, embarrassed. There's, like, they are kind of blushing. They're, like, blushing about it. They're, like, they cringe. They cringe every time they think about it. And, you know, they just want to gain your respect back with this Knight of Pentacles. They want to gain your respect back. But they're kind of like, how do I do that? How do I earn Capricorn's respect? How do I apologize to Capricorn? You know, I feel like you have shut them out in a way, because they feel like they are on the outside now. They feel like you are closed off to them. So you definitely, you know, aren't responding to their texts, phone calls. And if they haven't reached out yet, if they haven't been reaching out, it's because they feel embarrassed. It's because they feel embarrassed, and they feel like they have lost your respect, and they feel like you won't be open at this time to have a conversation about it. You won't be open to hearing their apology. With the Tower, they feel like if they come in now, it won't go well. They are afraid of what you think of them now. You know, they don't know if you know it was just the heat of the moment and they didn't mean it. And, like, right now they're thinking that they've lost your respect, that they've lost your love, that they've lost any chance with you. You know, and, like, they are afraid of coming in because they are afraid you're not going to have respect for them anymore, and you're going to kind of say that. They are afraid of what you're going to say to them. Are you going to tell them to that they're not good enough? Are you going to tell them that they're too immature for you? That like you need somebody more mature, somebody more level-headed, somebody who isn't childish like they acted. They are so afraid of you saying all of that to them if they come forward with an apology. That would hit them hard. That would hit them hard in the self-esteem, and they don't want that. Like, they already think that that's how you feel. But if they come forward, they risk the chance of them really getting their feelings hurt and them really hearing it. Them hearing that you think they're childish. And they don't want to come across like that to you. They don't want you to think of them as childish. They want you to have respect for them. They want you to think of them as an equal. And they think that they've ruined any chance of that. Like, I feel like they were trying to do that. Like, when things were good, they were trying to... They wanted your admiration. They wanted you to be impressed by them. They wanted you to see them as, you know, somebody who you can trust and who you can, like, who you do have a future with. Like, they wanted to build a future with you. They wanted to be your lifelong partner, and they wanted you to think of them as good enough. Capricorn, that's very strongly here. By the way, I offer personal readings, so you can check out the description if you're interested in one of those. You know, and it's like they work so hard to earn your respect, and this one sort of blow up, they feel like it's ruined it. It's ruined any kind of high view of them. It's ruined you thinking that they are this, you know, high level person that deserves you. They, at this time, that's how they at this time they think you don't view them like that anymore. Like, I feel like they thought they were getting somewhere with you, but now they feel like they've ruined it. And that's why they aren't really coming at you at this time. They haven't approached you. And if they've been trying to, you're just not wanting to hear it. You're not answering them back, and they're kind of like, oh, what do I do now? But I'm getting an energy as well. I'm getting like something here about you reaching out to them. It's like they need to hear from you or something. They need you to reach out, or they need a sign from you that tells them that you don't kind of understand, or you'd be open to a conversation. You know, you'd be open to building bridges, like you're not done with them. It's like they need some sort of a sign from you that gives them that reassurance before they, you know, approach you more or something. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like this is in your corner. This is in your court, Capricorn. It's on you if you want to re-engage with this or not. You know, but they need that boost from you. They need like a nudge from you. Whether that means a message, a text message, or something. But it's like they need you to lead their return. They need to know that you'd be open to it, and you don't think sort of less of them. That you want to make this work, that you want to be back on good terms. You don't have to, like, you can be done with this if you want. But I see potential here. Like, I see potential within them. Big time with this Knight of Pentacles here. I feel like they are really reflecting on what they said to you. And, you know, with this Knight here, the Knight of Pentacles, it's like they do have potential to grow into that mature person that they want to be for you. You know, it's here, the Knight of Pentacles is here telling me that they can grow into that, and they will grow into that. Because right now they are doing that reflection on how can I work on my temper? How can I work on that childish sort of thing? And I feel like they will do the work. They currently are. You know, they currently are like researching ways how to deal with it and how to be better in that regard. And I feel like they will do the work, and I feel like it will be very helpful to them, and they will like grow into this mature person. You know, but it's just a matter of, are you willing to go through that process with them? Are you willing to be with them through that through that growth? You don't have to. You can say goodbye to them now if you want. You know, it's Like, you don't have to wait for them to mature at all. You know, you have to do what you feel is right for you. If you want to move on and find somebody who's already on your level, who's already mature, you certainly can. But just know the potential is there for them to grow into that person. Okay, with this Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't play around. It symbolises a solid person with good income, you know, level-headed, somebody mature, somebody grounded, somebody who doesn't lose the head or lose their temper, somebody who you can grow a future with in all the best ways. You know, security. The Knight of Pentacles screams security in every regard. You know, somebody who is secure and somebody who, you know, takes care of the people they love, especially you. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, it's like they see you as their future husband, future wife, long-term partner at least. The person they're going to live with and have a family with and have a future with, who they're going to be with forever. They do see that with you. And, like, there is strong potential for that. Capricorn, I'm going to pull some messages. I'm going to take a look into what this person might want to say to you. Spirit, what does Capricorn's person want them to know? Like, whatever they said or did, it was just to get back at you. But it was something very childish and very immature and very hurtful. But it was just to get back at you. It's no excuse. You know, it's no excuse. And they do have a lot of work to do on themselves. It's just a matter of, are you willing to be with them through that? You don't have to at all, Capricorn. And nobody would blame you. Nobody would blame you. But the potential is there for them to really, like, come into this strong individual that they want to be. What does Capricorn's person want them to know? Let me in. I've never ever felt this way for anyone. It was never my intention to hurt you. Not really. I get so jealous over you. Let's pull from my other deck. Spirit, what else does Capricorn's person want to know right now? I need to sort some things out before I can return to you. I don't think I've seen this come out in a while. If I ever have in a reading I've done for the channel. I don't think I've ever seen this come out. So it's very rare. Knowing I hurt you eats me up inside. As it should. As it should, Capricorn. Are you happy without me? You're the most adorable person in this universe. Capricorn, I hope you got something from that reading. And if you have, please remember to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching.